what is going on, guys? Frankie Trades here, bringing you another new weekly stock watch list. Before we get started, though, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate it. Without much more being said, let's go ahead and dive into the watch list. So, as far as earnings this week goes, the only stock that I am currently looking at that will potentially be a good after earnings play is MU. MU has been on an absolute tear recently, and I've been catching every new all-time high that I can get my grubby little fingers on this stock. So as far as earnings go, that is the only stock that I'm looking at. I know Nike's reporting. I see FedEx is reporting. I've mentioned those in the past, but for this current moment, MU will be reporting after Wednesday close, so I'll be looking to trade that into Thursday morning. That is the only stock that I'm keeping an eye out for earnings. So that's out of the way. Let's go ahead and dive into the watch list, which I'm sure most of you are waiting for me to go over. So first things first, we'll talk about ES and then we'll go into NQ. The tricky part about ES and NQ currently is we're kind of like in a no man's land area. We're kind of stuck in a range more so. We're stuck between 6,800 and around 6,900. We've had one strong close above 6,900 and we failed. So going forward into this week, we obviously have a range, again, between 6,800 and 6,900, roughly a 100-point range. Futures, anything can happen overnight. You guys know I don't like to chart super in-depth over the weekend or even overnight on weekdays at this point because anything can happen with Trump being in presidency and then all the news going around in the world and just how volatile the market can be nowadays. So for the current meantime, I will be looking at anything below 6,800 on ES, and then anything above 6,900, and then after that, anything above 6,930, going into the continuation of all-time high at 6,953. We obviously had Fed rate cuts this week, and the market happened to like it, and then we sold off, it looked like, and then we came all the way back, and we sold everything back. So for the meantime, again, that's why I'm keeping everything simple. Market doesn't even know what it wants to do, so that's why I'm looking to keep things pretty straightforward. Next up is NQ. NQ kind of in the same area right now as well, or kind of in the same situation as ES. For the current moment, I am looking at anything below 25,200 for a close, and then anything above 25,800 for a potential upside continuation on NQ. Again, pretty straightforward, simple. First thing on my main watch list, and I only have two stocks, it's going to be Apple and Tesla. Apple currently, we did break out of the 276 range. Beautiful trade that I happened to signal in the Stock Hours Discord. It was around 20 to 30%. The trade ended up running for 100% plus. I'm a scalper at the end of the day. You know, I can't catch every single big move at whatever play I happen to catch. But, 20 to 30% play, I still made around 5K. It's more than enough. I was happy with. I executed my plan how I was supposed to and adjusted to how the market was reacting and how Apple was reacting at the time. So Apple, pretty great setup to the downside. Now that the market has sold off, what I'm looking at is any potential upside on Apple at 280. You can see that the consolidation to the upside has now been broken, so that's why I'm keeping an eye out for anything above that. Pretty straightforward, simple setup. The only thing that I would really like on Apple if I happen to play this at some point this week is that it's ahead of the market and it's not following it at all in any given way. So that's Apple, pretty straightforward. Last stock, of course, I've already mentioned it, is Tesla. Now, Tesla, we have broken above the 460 level. We broke that on Friday. Shout out to Nor. Crazy signal that he caught from 450. What were the levels? I think 453 was one signal, 458 was its own signal, and then 460 was its own signal. He was 3 for 3 on Tesla. Pretty crazy on his end for sure. I believe it was 3 for 3. It was something crazy. I've erased the notes already, but we made a lot of money on Tesla on Friday, that's for sure. But yeah, Tesla, we did break 460, but I'd be happy to retake that on Tesla. Tesla recently has been, the name of the game on this stock has been market divergence. So if Tesla has any kind of divergence from NQ and ES and it's showing strong side, any sort of strong side momentum to the top, then I'll be looking to maybe even retake 460, or if I want to play it safe, wait for 462/463 on that to the upside. As far as any downside goes, I don't have anything on that. Pre-market can change that. Anything can happen overnight. You guys know that. So Tesla, really only anything to the upside. If it's showing a weakness and the market's really strong, then potentially anything to the downside on Tesla, if it has any kind of good pre-market consolidation that we can take advantage of. So, but that is about it for the video, guys. Sorry for the kind of low energy. I just got back from Tokyo, and the jet lag is finally settling in. So hopefully my energy in the video was good enough for you guys to be able to get through this and catch what I'm looking at for tomorrow and going into the week as far as the really good setups go. So that is about it for the video. Before you guys go though, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'd really appreciate it. With that being said, hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Sunday and have a killer week. Peace out.